What if one agreement could reshape the balance of power across one of the world's most important waterways? What if a small territory on the Horn of Africa suddenly became one of the most strategically important locations on Earth? And what if a partnership involving Israel and Somaliland triggered new calculations in Africa, the Middle East, and beyond? Today, we explore the growing speculation, strategic discussions, and geopolitical implications surrounding a possible military and security partnership between Israel and Somaliland. From the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden, from global shipping routes to regional rivalries. This is the story of a potential sea power shift that could change everything. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. Now let's dive in. The Red Sea is not just another body of water. It is one of the most important maritime corridors in the world. Every year, billions of dollars worth of goods pass through these waters. Oil shipments, commercial cargo, military vessels, and international trade all rely on the security of this route. Any disruption here can affect fuel prices, shipping costs, and global supply chains. This makes the region incredibly valuable. Countries from around the world pay close attention to developments along the Red Sea coast. The reason is simple. Control and influence over maritime routes often translate into economic and strategic power. And that brings us to Somaliland. Located along the Gulf of Aden, Somaliland occupies a position that military planners have studied for decades. The territory sits near some of the busiest shipping lanes on Earth. Its coastline provides access to routes connecting Africa, the Middle East, Asia, and Europe. For years, analysts have described the region as a potential geopolitical crossroads. The importance of this location has only increased as global competition intensifies. Many countries are seeking stronger partnerships around critical maritime chokepoints. As a result, Somaliland has attracted growing international attention. But why would Israel be interested? To understand that, we need to examine Israel's maritime security concerns. Israel depends heavily on maritime trade. Its ports connect the country to international markets. Security along regional sea routes is therefore a national priority. Over the years, Israel has invested heavily in intelligence, naval capabilities, and strategic partnerships. The country's security planners continuously monitor developments around the Red Sea. Any instability can create risks for trade and national security. This explains why the Horn of Africa has long been considered strategically significant. A reliable partner in the region could offer valuable advantages. And that is where discussions about Somaliland enter the picture. One name appears repeatedly in strategic discussions: Berbera. The port city has become one of the most talked-about locations in the Horn of Africa. Its modernizing port facilities have attracted international interest. Military analysts often point to Berbera's geographic advantages. The city sits close to major shipping routes. It also offers potential logistical value for maritime operations. Because of these factors, Berbera has become central to conversations about future regional partnerships. If a deeper security relationship were ever established, many observers believe Berbera would play a key role. Any significant partnership in the Horn of Africa would inevitably attract attention. Neighboring countries would closely monitor developments. Regional governments often view strategic agreements through the lens of security, trade, and influence. Supporters might see new opportunities. Critics might raise concerns. Others could seek to strengthen their own alliances in response. History shows that even small shifts in strategic relationships can create ripple effects across entire regions. The Horn of Africa is no exception. Military cooperation is only one part of the story. Economic interests are equally important. Improved infrastructure, port expansion, investment opportunities, technology transfers, trade partnerships. All of these could accompany closer ties between strategic partners. Economic development often follows increased international engagement. For Somaliland, this could mean greater investment and expanded global visibility. For investors, it could mean access to emerging opportunities in a strategically important region. The Red Sea has become an arena for growing international competition. Major powers are expanding their presence. Naval deployments have increased. Security cooperation has intensified. Countries recognize the enormous value of securing maritime trade routes. As a result, every new partnership attracts attention. In this environment, even a single agreement can alter strategic calculations. This is why discussions surrounding Somaliland generate such interest. The implications extend far beyond local politics. If stronger military cooperation emerged, several developments could follow. Enhanced maritime surveillance, improved coastal security, expanded intelligence sharing, joint training programs, infrastructure modernization. Each of these possibilities could influence regional security dynamics. Whether such outcomes materialize remains uncertain. However, the strategic logic behind them is easy to understand. The significance of the Red Sea reaches far beyond Africa and the Middle East. Europe relies on these routes. Asia relies on these routes. Global energy markets rely on these routes. Any development affecting maritime security can have international consequences. This explains why policymakers, investors, and military planners pay close attention to the region. The stakes are high, and the world is watching. The story of Israel and Somaliland is ultimately a story about geography, strategy, and the future of maritime power. Whether discussions evolve into deeper cooperation or remain speculative, one fact is undeniable. The Horn of Africa is becoming increasingly important. The Red Sea is becoming increasingly contested, and Somaliland's strategic location continues to attract international attention. The coming years may reveal whether this potential partnership becomes a defining moment in regional history. One thing is certain. The balance of power around the Red Sea is throughout history. Powerful nations have competed for access to major ports. Ports are more than economic assets. They are gateways to influence, trade, and security. Across the Red Sea region, governments are investing billions into port infrastructure. The competition is not only about commerce. It is about positioning for the future. In this environment, Somaliland's coastline becomes increasingly valuable. Many analysts believe strategic ports will play a major role in shaping the next era of global trade. Most people never see the enormous effort required to keep shipping lanes secure. Naval patrols, surveillance systems, intelligence sharing, Coast Guard operations, satellite monitoring. All of these components work together to protect maritime traffic. Without security, trade becomes vulnerable. This is why countries continue investing heavily in maritime defense capabilities. Control of information can often be as important as control of territory. The Horn of Africa sits at the intersection of multiple continents: Africa, Asia, the Middle East, Europe. Its geographic position makes it one of the most strategically significant regions in the world. As global trade expands, the region's importance grows. Many experts believe the Horn of Africa will become even more influential over the next 2 decades. Modern military influence is no longer determined only by ships and aircraft. Technology now plays a critical role. Drones, artificial intelligence, satellite imagery, cybersecurity systems, advanced communications. These tools allow countries to monitor enormous areas of ocean with greater efficiency than ever before. Future partnerships will likely involve technology as much as traditional military assets. Strategic partnerships often create economic opportunities. Infrastructure projects, transportation networks, industrial zones, employment growth, foreign investment. Supporters argue that stronger international engagement can accelerate development. Economic growth remains a major priority for communities throughout the region. Many observers view investment as a key factor in future stability. A significant portion of the world's energy trade moves through nearby waterways: oil tankers, natural gas shipments, commercial vessels. Any disruption can influence global markets. This reality makes maritime security a concern not just for regional governments, but for the international community. The stability of shipping routes affects consumers.